Hi, this is Badu from Brookdale Toyota. I'm here today to introduce you to the all-new 2019 Toyota Corolla Hatchback. Now, this is the car that's replacing last year's Corolla IM, and we retain some things, but you're going to find a brand new car throughout. Now, take a look at it. Style-wise, it follows the new design elements for Toyota moving forward, and it looks a lot like the new Avalon to me. So beautiful headlights, LED throughout, headlights and daytime running lights, and a lot of safety features, brand new engines, and just a ton of tech. So starting with the mechanicals here. This car comes with a 2-liter 4-cylinder dual injected, and that gives us 168 horsepower. So a definite horsepower bump here, giving it a lot more sportiness. Toyota's also added a manual transmission that has the ability to do rev matching, so it makes it a lot smoother around the corners and definitely makes it more stable. It also has a CVT that has a much better first gear setup, and it allows us to have a more conventional takeoff, no waiting there for that power to kick in, and we get the advantage of that better gas mileage. Now, coming around the corner here, take a look. This particular one is the XSE. It gets the nicer alloy wheels, a little bit larger. There is an SE model that would give me 16-inch alloy wheels as well, so no hubcaps on any of these Corolla hatchbacks. Now, notice a few different style elements here. The turn signal is blended into the mirror. This particular one is also going to have my smart key system, so at the touch of the handle I can lock and unlock the doors. Let's take a look at the inside here. The XSE is dressed up with that leather and fabric combo, and notice the two-tone here that's just all throughout the cabin, makes it feel very, very rich. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of the Avalon, just a lot more luxurious, but definitely keeping all the sporty elements. That in the middle of the screen there, we're going to go over a lot of the interior features and showing you right now that 8-inch screen. So that's my backup camera along with my Entune 3.0. Put a little bit more on that later. And take a look at that back seat. So here, a lot of room for the family, so you can have a few adults with you, and it's very, very comfortable back here. We do have the ability to fold the seats, and it gives us a lot more cargo capacity as well. But I just had to show you the back end here. So the design, the sportiness still reflected throughout here. Look at the chrome diffusers in the bumper. Take a look at the design on the tail lights. And that rear gate is a resin gate just to save a little bit of weight. But a lot of character into this particular vehicle. A lot of room also when you need to haul things. You can just pop this open, and this shade is removable when you want it out of the way. Groceries, luggage on a trip, not a big deal. Now I'm going to take you on the inside and show you a few more features. Now let me show you some of the exciting features on the interior of this 2019 Corolla hatchback. Like I said, we're in the XSE model here. We picked up a few nice features, right? We saw the alloy wheels on the outside, but nicer leather interior, heated seats, and an upgraded radio. But one of the exciting features for me in this new vehicle is the additions to Toyota Safety Sense. We now have, on top of the lane departure warning and pre-collision system, Toyota's given us road sign detection. So this vehicle has the ability to read the road signs that are coming up, stop signs and so on, and speed limits, and it can display that into a gigantic screen directly behind the steering wheel, giving me a lot of that feedback. It also has a new feature called lane tracing. So this allows the car to take an active role in keeping me straight down, going down the road in between the lines and following the vehicle in front of me. So it makes it really a lot more comfortable on these long trips and reducing driver fatigue. Now, Toyota's also given us a very neat layout on the interior of this vehicle. Now, take a look up here. The typical buttons that we would have in just about all of our other Toyotas, right? I can control lighting and so on, and this is my microphone for the Bluetooth. But right here we have this SOS button. This is my Safety Connect. It allows me as a driver to be connected to Toyota, and if any airbags are deployed, they'll actually come on the line and just make sure that I'm okay or send help if needed. But I can also push that button and talk to these guys any time of day, all year round. Now this feature is actually free for a few years, but if you want to keep it, you can also add it later on. But take a look at this massive screen up here. This is essentially the heart of the car. I'm going to get all of my backup camera, my radio, navigation, and so on here. Very easy to navigate, going through all the different menu options here. Very bright, very easy to read. Right below it, we have our climate control. And this is also a dual climate control unit, and it has obviously the ability to adjust temperatures on either side, but this eco button is allowing me also to kind of chop off the extremes for heating and cooling to improve my fuel mileage. Directly below it, we have some extra storage where I can neatly keep my phone, and notice our heated seat buttons are in there as well. And down here, just before the shifter, you have the sport button that allows me to kind of get a little bit more out of the throttle and allows me to kind of get a little more power out of the engine, and the traction control and stability control button on the side of it. Now, this particular car I mentioned outside was an automatic. Now, this automatic transmission is a CVT, but it behaves a lot like a regular transmission, so you won't really notice much of a difference there. But it gives me the ability to get quick takeoff when needed, and also give me the advantage of that better gas mileage when I'm just cruising around town or on the freeway. Now, if you do pick the manual transmission, it has that rev matching, and what this does, it will actually raise the engine RPM at the point of shifting, just to make sure we don't get that shocking, and it allows the car again to corner very flat and without disturbing the chassis when I'm driving a little more aggressively. But if I just wanted a nice cruise, it will actually also make it a lot more comfortable. Now, Toyota's also taken away the conventional emergency brake. We have an automatic one, so at a push of a button I can engage it, and it has the ability to engage every time I put the vehicle in park. If you don't like it, you can turn that feature off. I can also use the hold button to hold the car on the hill and prevent it from rolling back. Now, this is when it gets really, really fun. If you pick the automatic transmission, you have your paddle shifters. You can go down and up shifting, but notice all the controls Toyota's put around the steering wheel here. A lot of it tied to some of the safety features we have. We talked a little bit about the pre-collision system, but my cruise control allows me to keep a gap and maintain it between me and the vehicle in front of me. If they slow down, so will I. This particular car is equipped with our full speed dynamic radar cruise control. So this cruise control will bring the vehicle to a complete stop. I'm doing 60 miles per hour, set my cruise. We go through a construction area, slows me down along with traffic in front of me. And if they come to a complete stop, so will I, without having to touch any of the pedals. You just focus on steering. Really, the latest generation tech is really what we're gonna find here. Our lane departure alert will also apply a little bit of torque to keep me dead center if needed. And remember, we talked about that lane tracing is also available. Now take a look at this beautiful design here. A massive, massive screen with my tach to the left, and then a couple of gauges on the right for fuel and coolant temp. And right in the middle, we get a lot of information here on the vehicle. And this is where we'll control a lot of these safety features. So I can see my radio and adjust all these features, from blind spot monitoring, road sign reading, and so on, all from this massive screen. Once I have everything the way I want it, you can pick any one of these screens. But very bright, very easy to read, a lot of information that I can sort through very quickly. And don't forget, we still have all of our typical voice commands, and Toyota's also adding new features in this car, such as Apple CarPlay. So all iPhone owners are going to be able to actually use that very, very easily after they connect via Bluetooth, and they'll be able to use their maps as well as text message and so on, see all the icons on the screen. Toyota's tying it also in with Alexa. So you can have a lot of these skills that you use with Alexa straight from here. So from home, I can actually have my Alexa device start the vehicle before I get out, which I thought was pretty cool. Getting your coffee, Alexa, start my Toyota, and it's done. If you also want to control some devices from home, or even order anything from Amazon while you're in the car, you can do so. So on my way in, I can ask Alexa to turn on the driveway lights or any outdoor lights if I choose to. So as you can see, this car is equipped with a lot of tech, a lot of safety features in a very fun to drive package. You have to add this 2019 Corolla Hatch to your list. I'm Badu from Brookdale Toyota, and I thank you for watching.